Hello there friends, welcome back to my office. Today I'll be unboxing and giving my first impressions of the new Mugler Alien Extraintense. This is the 2-ounce Eau de Parfum Intense. And today's episode was brought to you by my lovely husband, Mr. Saga, who very graciously gifted this to me. Absolutely unexpected. This was a perfume that I had definitely been planning on trying. Highly anticipated. For those of you who don't know, Alien is my signature scent, as close as I could have to one as a perfume collector, and I'm sure many of y'all can relate. I'm a big fan of the Alien Goddess flankers. Alien Hypersense didn't quite do it for me with like the fruity floral interpretation of Alien, but I do have very high hopes for this Extraintense version. What I felt was missing personally from the Alien Hypersense was that more voluptuous, thick, creamy, indolic jasmine. I'm super curious how the jasmine and tuberose are going to interact in this one, whether it's going to be super thick and heavy or like a lighter scent, more of like a spring, summer, freshy floral. Vanilla in the base makes me very excited when I think about that. Vanilla and cashmere. I love cashmere and wood as a base in perfume, and obviously vanilla, #vanilla is life. It is. It gives me life. I don't know why I'm so nervous to open this up. I like the boxes that the Mugler perfumes come in, at least the Aliens, because they come slightly textured. That's interesting. I'm not going to keep this box, but I do think it's a cool part of the presentation. Oh, there it is, peeking out from the bottom. All right, here we go. I don't really have adequate words to react. I think this is stunning. That's all I can say. What a beautiful perfume bottle. If I had to envision in my mind, like, what is the intense, the elixir version of Alien, like, this would be it, visually at least. This black to purple gradient. It seems to be a slightly different purple color than the original Alien EDP. So this is my little everyday bottle of Mugler Alien Eau de Parfum, and it's just a 30 ml that I refill. Compared to this, look how much more like, wow, that purple is so much more saturated, and it's got like different tones to it. I'm seeing some like blue shifts in there, some blue color shifts. Yeah, really. So far, I'm just super impressed with this. This is a very already very treasured part of my collection, and I haven't even smelled it yet. Mugler originally launched Alien in 2005. It was created by the perfumers Dominique Robion and Laurent Bruyere. The creators of Alien based this composition on 3 main lines: warm white amber in the base, woodsy notes in the heart, and sunny Indian jasmine in the top. Alien Extraintense was released in early 2025. The reason why I am very highly anticipating this flanker, since one of the original noses behind it came to return to the project. Let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to start with the tester strip and then move on to full application. Okay, here we go. In the air, it's similar to Alien, but also different. It's creamier. Slightly sweet, but overall like a creamy texture in the air. Not super thick, not like indolic jasmine that I can detect yet, just kind of like jasmine, fluffy white florals. Yeah, that's really beautiful in the air. I like that. Yeah, it's like it feels really familiar to me and also kind of like a stranger that I need to introduce myself to. It's funny. It definitely has that alien DNA in it. The cashmere wood is so soft. It's so soft, and it's if you're afraid of wood in perfume, I would say that the wood in this is much softer and lighter than the type of cashmere ambery wood that is in the original Alien. Like if that's too thick and heavy for you, then I would say give this one a try. There's a bit of like green, like herbaliness up at the top that I'm smelling. Green, herbal, like flowery, almost it reminds me of like chamomile tea. So far on paper, the vanilla in this smells different than other designer vanilla perfumes that I have. Like it doesn't smell redundant to other perfumes in my collection. Okay, let's give it some time. So far, I am very, very intrigued by this. I think that if this was my initial first impression, let's say I was trying a sample or smelling from a tester at the department store, I would have immediately been like, yeah, I like this. That would have been my first thought. And then I would have proceeded to spray it all over myself, which is what I'm about to do. Here I'm going to do full application and I'm going to wear this and report on my full wearing experience. Typically, when it's not super hot, I will do 4 sprays of Alien. In the summertime, I do 2 very, very, very conservative sprays. As far as this one goes, I think I'll do 4 to start and see where it goes. Okay, the moment of truth. And one for you, of course. That's a lot greener on my skin. Yeah, the opening is like super green, like the green parts of a flower. Like if you're sitting in like a meadow, like imagine you're sitting in a meadow and you're running your fingers through the grass and like pulling apart. Like I was one of those kids. I was bad. I was one of those kids that picked apart the grass and pulled the petals off the flowers. Maybe some of you can relate, but anyway, that's what it reminds me of. Just, you know, peacefully destroying nature. No, I'm in all seriousness. It's greener than I was expecting, but I like it. It's way, way different on my skin than the original Alien, at least in the opening. I really love the smell right now from like about here, about this distance. But when I put my nose right up on the skin, it's a little too much. It's a little too strong. So we'll see as it dries down what else I seem to pick up. But as of right now, creamy, soft florals, but also like creamy but dense. On my skin, this smells much denser. So that makes me curious as to how it's gonna perform on skin versus on fabric. I'm very curious as to how long this is going to last and how it's going to develop on my skin compared to the original Alien. The performance of the original Alien on my skin and in my climate is something that I am very intimately aware of. So this will be, I think, a very thoughtful review. As it's drying down more, I'm noticing more and more the differences in regard to the florals. The original Alien is just, pure jasmine, and it is an indolic jasmine. It is thick. It's gonna punch you in the face. This is still very present. She's there, very feminine. I don't know, like gentler is the word that comes to mind. Not beginner friendly. This is definitely not a blind buy, like a safe blind buy in my opinion. Even if you are a fan of the original Alien, I would still say test this first. I'm one of those people that's a bit wary of the more bubblegummy tuberose, and I can say that this is more of like a soft, creamy, pillowy type of tuberose. It smells like voluptuous. Like voluptuous is the word that comes to my mind. That greenness, that bright greenness at the beginning, that herbally, almost medicinal kind of scent that I was getting in the beginning, it's drying down on my skin and the florals are really starting to bloom. That just sounded super cheesy, but it's the first thing that came to my mind. And that's one of the things that I really, really love about the original Alien is how the florals and the wood just kind of melt onto my skin. And as the day progresses and throughout the day you sweat and your body temperature rises and falls. And what I love about the original Alien is just how it reacts to my body chemistry all throughout the year. It's something I know I can rely on and just feel good, feel confident, and feel like an elevated version of myself when I wear it. And I can notice those sort of qualities already as this one is drying down, this new flanker. It's elegant. It's elegant. It's elegant and classy. This is something that I feel I would want to be a little bit dressed up for. I mean, I'm always a little bit dressed up. That's just how I like to live my life. But, I feel like I would want to have a little bit of makeup on and perhaps have somewhere to go. What I want to be wearing right now is oh my goodness. Oh, just imagine it. I want to be wearing a black Mugler gown and some super, super cool platform shoes. Oh, yes. And a cool hat. Or you know what? Just this flower crown. So this flower crown and an awesome Mugler couture dress and big platform shoes. So that's my vision in mind. And if you're not already familiar with the advertisement campaign, the current advertisement campaign for Alien, I highly, highly recommend checking it out. One of my favorite models ever is the face of Alien now, Anuk Yai. If you're into art, fashion, photography, anything like that, I highly, highly recommend checking out the House of Mugler. They do a lot more than just perfumes. The House of Mugler has an incredible history and an incredible legacy. If there's any interest in sharing some more about the House of Mugler, I have this book that I've been wanting to do an episode on. So at some point that will be coming, but definitely let me know if there's any interest beyond the perfume side of things. I'm gonna go find Mr. Saga, my husband, and see what he thinks of this. I'll be right back. Hello, I'm back. I just went and asked him what he thought of it first of all, and then I also asked how it was projecting, how the sillage was, and I just left the room and he told me he could still smell it, so I guess we could say strong sillage. I don't know if the microphone picked up what we were saying, but he did like it. He also agreed that it was creamier than the original Alien, that it wasn't like a beachy sunscreeny type of tuberose. As I was moving past him and like waving my arms at him, he could detect the scent in the air, and he said it was just like smelling it on my wrist. So so far, you know, I think I'm about half an hour into the dry down, still projecting pretty well. I would say, I don't know, to me this is like stronger than the original Alien, at least the new L'Oreal formulation, the current L'Oreal formulation. To me, this is stronger with my normal application of about, you know, 4 to 5.5 sprays, focused on the skin only. Yeah, very, very interesting. He also thought that it was sweeter, which I agree with. I think that vanilla brings in some sweetness. And it's less ambery to me. Like, I get less of that like ambery woodiness. It's just more of like a soft, creamy, pillowy, beautiful floral fluffy place. Yeah. Yeah, my mind, when I think of a landscape or some type of image, I just imagine this beautiful field full of fluffy white flowers. And that's quite different than the image that I get in my mind when I think of the original Alien, you know? Yeah, very interesting. So if you're new to my channel, you might not be aware, but I don't do any sort of traditional ratings here, any traditional numeric ratings. But what should I rate this? I was just explaining that I don't do traditional ratings. Room filler out of 10?
I can still smell it in the living room and like walking through the hall.
Damn.
So
yeah. Stronger than the original Alien.
Very much so. Yeah. Yeah. Abduction levels of power.
Hell yeah. And you know what? That's what I was hoping for. I said, I want this perfume to punch me in the face, and I want it to punch everyone else in the face around me.
The name is reflective. It is definitely Extraintense. So, but not unpleasant room filling. I should point that out. So, all right, later.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope that it was entertaining and informative, especially if you are considering sampling or purchasing this new Alien flanker. I really enjoyed sharing this first impression and unboxing experience with you. It was totally unexpected. Wherever you are, whatever time it is, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care. Bye-bye.